An old man gets out of an elevator and is greeted by a black-haired woman who escorts him to a bar where a young man is already waiting. Behind the bar is a mysterious white-haired bartender named Decim that welcomes them to Quindecim. Decim asks them if they remember how they got there, and neither of them can remember what they were doing before they arrived. Then Decim declares that the two men will play a game and states the rules. Rule number 1, he cannot tell them where this place is. Rule number 2, the two men must play the game. Rule number 3, the game is decided by a roulette. Rule number 4, the men will risk their lives on the game. Rule number 5, they are not allowed to leave until the game is over. Lastly, rule number 6, they have 1 hour to decide to play. The young man panics and tries to find a way out, but without success. Additionally, Decim mentions that he can't say what happens if they win or lose. They may or may not leave either way. When both men suggest they won't play, Decim reveals a large room with corpses hanging by thread and recommends against that decision. Threatened with death, the old man immediately starts the roulette, revealing that their death game to be billiards pool. Then a pool table appears. The black-haired woman explains the rules of 8-ball pool, but with a twist. The balls are not stripes and solids, but blue and red, and the balls have pictures of their organs on them in sync with their body, but for decoration only. They must enter all the balls that show the body parts, and then enter 8-ball to win. The young man decides that he is the one who will start the game and play, and he explains that he spent a long time in college playing pool to impress a girl. He also really wants to apologize to his girlfriend for an argument, so he won't hold back. The old man also wishes to leave to see his wife and live out his days peacefully. Therefore, neither of them will hold back. The young man sinks a few balls, and then it's the old man's turn. The old man demonstrates great skill and pockets several of the young man's organ balls, including his stomach and eyes. When this happens, the young man's vision becomes blurry and he feels stomach pain. Then the young man begins to doubt the bartender and woman's words about the decorative balls. It's the young man's turn, and he decides to go for the old man's heart or brain ball, but misses. As the old man is about to win, the young man remembers that he cheated on his girlfriend and was caught when she came home, and it shows him being a model student and employee throughout his youth. In a panic, he attacks the old man with his pool cue. The old man defends himself skillfully and promptly beats up the young man. Then the old man spaces out and remembers things about his life, revealing he learned kendo at a young age, as well as was a billiards champion. At this time, the young man snaps him out of it by attacking again and slamming him into a jellyfish tank. The young man shows immediate remorse, thinking he killed him. The bartender encourages the young man to finish the game, saying violence was never forbidden. Then the young man finishes the game and convinces himself to survive he had to kill the old man. After he finishes, the bartender invites both of them over to talk, revealing the old man is not dead. The old man thanks the young man to his surprise, stating that he hadn't played billiards pool in a long time. He had remembered that he was a vegetable for the last few years of his life and must be dead. Upon hearing this, the young man remembers that he is dead also. His girlfriend stabbed him in revenge for his cheating. He opens his jacket and reveals a blood-stained shirt. The bartender explains that humans go to either heaven or hell, but there are many exceptions. One rule is when two people die at the same time, they are invited to Quindecim to play a game and be judged. The young man questions the bartender and then attacks when he refuses to answer any questions. The bartender reveals a superpower that allows him to control strings, which he uses to restrain the man. The young man believes he is going to hell and is angry with the bartender for deceiving him. The bartender reveals that both were on equal footing when they arrived, but it was predetermined that the old man would win the billiards game. The young man argues that it's not fair because they live different lives, and that the bartender couldn't understand because he's not alive. The bartender agrees, but reminds him that he won the game and had changed fate. He then embraces the young man, who breaks down into tears. As the bartender moves the young man towards the elevator, the black-haired woman notices the old man talking to the bartender. Both the men are in the elevators. The young man is in shock, but the old man smiles grimly when the doors close. Afterwards, the bartender is shown making the woman a drink, who mentions that the young man's words got her thinking that they may have been alive. She wants to play billiards and see if they will remember anything. The bartender declines, reminding her more guests are coming, and that she should go greet them. She then asks about what the old man said and where their souls went, which the bartender refuses to answer. She is shown to be irritated and calls him petty. The bartender seems pleased, and is shown smiling slightly. He then greets the next guests, and the movie ends here. Thank you for watching. If you have an anime series or movie that you want me to make a video about it, please tell me in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.